if you could please remain standing for our blessing by Reverend Murphy. Jonathan Murphy. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Join me in praying with you. For this beautiful day that you've given us, for the privilege of being a part of this community and county, we are grateful. For the progress that's being made, thank you. For all those who are here, who are invested in making our area a better place, we give you thanks. May today's meeting be a meeting of encouragement and moving forward as we share this meal together. May it nourish and strengthen us, bless the fellowship around the tables, and in all things receive honor and glory, for we ask it in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. You may all be seated. We want to say thank you to our growing list of corporate partners. First, our diamond sponsors, ARC International Durand, Millville Savings Bank, Ocean First Bank, Pedmar Property Support, and Marpet LLC. To our gold sponsors, Century Savings Bank, Mintz Insurance, and Allen & Associates. Silver sponsors, Inspira Health Network, The Authority, the City of Millville, South Jersey Gas, and New Jersey Motorsports Park. And of course, a big thumbs up to the staff here at NJMP for the great food and the great menu. A special thanks goes out to today's luncheon host, Cumberland County Government. I'd like to introduce Commissioner Doug Albrecht to say a few words.
That is great. It's always been a kind of a place, a destination place is the Millville Chamber. It's the Millville and Ed Bridge that I attend the most, being from Violet, of course, so I went through that. So I welcome everybody. I thank you for coming out, and hopefully you enjoy the presentation. Please ask questions when I get my chance to talk. And the cut festival too. So.
Thank you so much. And our awards host for today is De Palma Realty. And our special presenting host today, RC. Here is Bill Horan to tell us more about his remarkable organization and its impactful work not only in here in Millville, but across the region.
Is it working? You're on. You're on. You're on. I'm not usually this quiet, by the way. So we're supposed to start. We are starting with a promotional video.
So I'm told I have 5 minutes to
Quality
go
of the
over to
projector,
you,
everything was just talking
but it's
about.
not, I'm not hearing any audio.
Put the mic here. Plug the mic up.
The films that we chose and the way that they were presented, the level and quality of the film presentation, the theater we represented, the quality of the projector, everything was
Let it roll.
Okay, I'm going to come back sometime and show you guys some films that we do, because that's kind of what we do really well. My name is Bill Warren, and it's sad that I look down at my notes to see that, because growing up in Millville, I was called
Maybe get it closer. Get it closer.
getting close. So anyway, growing up in Millville, I had an older cousin, Bill McCormick, so I was always Billy Horn. And it was one word, Billy Horn. So when I come back to Millville, I'm no longer Bill, I'm Billy Horn. But I left Millville when I was 19 to go into the Army. And then I left to go and become a photographer. I've been a professional photographer for over 35 years. I've been a professional videographer for over 20 years. And then 12 years ago, I started an organization called Artsy, whose main job was to shine a light on the art of South Jersey. And we've done that through documentaries, we've done that through social media, we've done it through magazine features, we've done it through all different sorts of ways. We do events, we do curated exhibits. So we have a lot of different things we do, including panel discussions. And I also do commercial work. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Cut International Short Film Festival, which we started in Millville at the Lavoie Theater. So a few years ago we said, hey, why can't we host a film festival? How hard can it be? It's very hard. But it's a lot of work, but we love doing it. Last year we had 168 submissions, 30 different countries all over the world. This year we're going to have well over 200. Last year we were 1 10-hour day. This year we're going to be 2 days. This year we're live streaming the event this year. We're also putting a lot more into marketing and promotion of the event. So hopefully you'll get behind us as well. The City of Millville has been very supportive. We've got some great sponsors, but we're still looking for more so we can do this to the best of our abilities and bring more people into the City of Millville. My time is up. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here again, and thank you for our sponsors. So at this point, I'm going to introduce Jerry Cavella, our Executive Director, to come up for some very important, if I can talk correctly, announcements.
Thank you. So my first role is to thank everyone for being here, 50 people coming out on a June day to listen to the Commissioner Director tell us all about Cumberland County and what's happening in the county. We are honoring some amazing, outstanding citizens this week. But the big news, the really big news for the Chamber is we'd like to welcome Debbie Malone as our newest board member. Debbie Malone. I told her we would keep it kind of low-key, so hopefully that was good. So, in case you haven't noticed, it's been a great year for our organization so far, and we've had a giant increase in membership.
amazing support from the business community, and things are only getting better, as you will see as we progress through 2023. First thing we want to do is acknowledge the corporate hosts who supported our Pride in Millville event in May. What a great event, what a great venue at the Leroy, and what a great turnout by the city residents for what was really a neat night to honor some of Millville's brightest stars. Special congratulations to Joe DeRolla, who was our 2023 Pride in Millville recipient, someone who has dedicated his life to the Holly City. So it was great to honor Mr. DeRolla this year. What's happening on the horizon on June 29th? If you like wine, mark your calendar. If you don't like wine, mark your calendar, because maybe that's a night that you enjoy your first sip of wine. We will have a after-hours mixer at Cedar Rose Vineyards. This is open to members and guests on Thursday, I believe, right? Thursday, June 29th. It will feature assorted snacks, live music, and of course, some wine. So if you haven't tasted their wine yet, it's a good night to go out, because their wine, like a lot of Jersey wine, is spectacular. So let's make sure that we support them. To reserve your seats, tickets are $25. You can go to the Chamber website. And lastly, if you're attending today and not a member of the Millville Chamber of Commerce, is anybody here not a member? Raise your hand. Ooh, okay. So here's what you need to do. You need to see me after luncheon today. I will sit in front of my computer. I will show you all the benefits that the Millville Chamber may provide you. And you may, just may, say, hey, I need to be a part of this organization. I will gracefully say, yes, you do, and then we will sign you up. So if you're not a member and you like what you're seeing today, certainly see me after the event, and we will talk about the opportunities that exist. With that, I would like to introduce past President Don Daigle, who will be introducing this month's Outstanding Citizens.
So, our June honorees are the Holly City Youth Football League and Jeffrey and Michelle Mills. There are many special things about our community, not the least of which is that Millville is known for a long-standing commitment. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Long-standing commitment to youth sports. Countless volunteers from all backgrounds and walks have dedicated an innumerable hours helping to hone fundamental skills of our young athletes. Today, Millville Chamber of Commerce honors the leaders and the organization of the Holly City Youth Football League, providing a safe and wholesome learning environment while promoting respect, hard work, dedication, self-discipline, physical fitness, and teamwork. Young athletes, coaches, volunteers, and fans take pride in wearing Holly City on their uniforms and fan wear. The league was established in 1959 by a small group of parents within the community as a Holly City Midget Football League, or HCMFL. That's what it was when I played for it. I was kicking field goals in 8th grade. Anyway, that's what soccer players can do. It was structured as an intramural program where the children in the community would compete against each other as they developed football and cheerleading skills for the next 45 years. By 2013, Holly City Midget Football League had to relocate the fields, and the new name was changed to Millville Midget Football League, but the principles, the values, the commitment to excellence all remained. Then in 2020, the Board of Directors voted to honor tradition and heritage with a new name, the Holly City Youth Football League. New name, same tradition. HCYFL is the feeder program for our local Millville High School Thunderbolts football team, and works closely with the high school to build a brotherhood that connects us all as family. Football is not the only emphasis, but education, growth, investment, time, being a team player, and learning life lessons each day. The combination of all these attributes help to build character. In the past decade, the youth have made the playoffs each year and accomplished 3 state titles in 2016, 2021, and 2022. The future is looking very bright for our youth, thanks in no small part to leaders such as Jeffrey Mills, the president, Juan Boleg, vice president, and Michelle Stanley Mills, executive assistant. Today we honor them and the league. Indeed, their mission is clear. It takes a village. Congratulations for this well-honored, well-deserved honor. Can we get Jeffrey to come up? Or all three of you, if you're all here. You want this?
All right, everybody, thank you for this day. First of all, I have to thank God. I have to thank my wife, Juan. My son came through the program, midgets, high school, now college is finished. So it does work. I just want to give a big shout out to the families that trust us with their kids, with the community supporting us as much as they can, for all the old Thunderbolts and the new Thunderbolts that are coming. And I'd like to start to give thanks to everyone here. It's been a privilege to do this since 1999 for myself, starting as a kid, just helping out. I've seen a lot of great things happen in Millville with these kids coming along now. So I'd just like to thank a couple people that's in the room that's helping us out right now. Mike from Mint Insurance, Jerry from Century Baking, 21 Baking. I'm sorry, Ricky Edwards. I'm sorry, Rick. I get a little nervous up here, but it's been a pleasure, and I just want to say thanks to the kids. It's all about the kids and giving back, and hopefully one of them little fellas will grow up and do what I'm doing right now for many years to come. All right, thank you, everybody. It's been great.
How about we get a nice picture somewhere? Who's got the? Oh, there. Jeez, you gotta get out of the way.
Stephanie's blind.
I have no idea who I'm supposed to introduce next, so I'm just going to stay. Oh, that's you.
Thank you. We're going to take a few minutes to set up for the commissioner's presentation. So enjoy your lunch. If you have any questions, again, after the luncheon today, make sure you see us or one of the board members that are here today. 5 minutes, we'll be back.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
who is here today, and that's Uzziah Slaney. Stand up for a second, sir. So you're always looking for those great stories that kind of resonates. There's somebody special in the room. There's somebody special in the room. So Uzziah was a member of the youth football league. That's the first thing. So he went to Melville High School. That's the second important good thing. The third thing is he played football and was on the 2016 state championship team. He was the starting right guard, and he was a defensive end for the team. Went away, Chestnut Hill College, just graduated with a degree in molecular biology. I can't even say it, but he did it. So you always want to acknowledge all the great people around. So you're a star, young man. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for being a part of Melville. So a round of applause. All right, without further ado, I'd like to ask Commissioner Doug Albrecht to come.
Thank you. I have timers over here. One thing I did not do is I'd like to introduce the people who are here in the Cumberland County, and we have another one over there who got as part of the board and volunteers a lot, Michelle Mills, county employee, and so I really appreciate you being here at the time you give. But I'd just like to start over here. Our Deputy Business Administrator, Luz Vasquez, Kim Cadaspati, our clerk of the board, Al Johnson, who is our Business Administrator, Commissioner Carol Russo, Matt Sarchik, our planner, chief planner, and the lady that, say your last name? Gable, who's just joined our staff, so it's good. And anybody else, but that's. Oh, I'm sorry, our clerk, Celeste. I always. My namesake, I guess, from Bridgeton, who I've been confused with for a long time, our family. So, I just start out just real quick, and I'll go. If you guys have questions, please ask, because I've just written down as much as I do, and I'm on a timer, so people know I like to go off and talk about things. So there has been a big change. The county government now has changed the first time in 50 years. And as a result, has changed to a Republican-led board, and I've become the director of that board. I say that off the top because it's a change, but that really has not changed the way we look at things in the county, except maybe a little different perspective. But I'm very pleased to work with my commissioner colleague, Carol, and the team, because I think we actually are working real close together and bring a lot to the table. So, but I'll start out. The one thing I did promise when we started and being elected was that we will make decisions, and we've stuck to that. So I don't know, whatever we face, we'll ponder, we'll make the best decision. I guess it's a business background that I have, that you have to take whatever you got, best information, and make a decision, no matter what. It has to be decided, and that I think has been lacking. And I think a lot of our employees appreciate that, because a lot of our employees have good ideas and have come to us and say, I can solve that problem. We're like, well, how? And they would go and said, well, why haven't you done that? And it's basically because, well, no one's made a decision. We're like, well, we'll make a decision. Is that the way we should do it? If you think that's your expertise, if that's when you put your name on the line, we'll stand up and say, all right, that sounds good. That's a common sense answer to the problem. And I'll point out the first thing we did, we got elected and sworn in, the culvert in Bridgeton, I don't know if you heard this, on South Avenue and Grove Street that goes major north-south from the townships to the city of Bridgeton, the culvert had fallen in 3 years. A county road had fallen in. Nothing. You couldn't go that way. It was a detour. You had to go around. And the first thing we did, we came in, we decided that we're going to put a bypass in. We're just going to bypass. It was 2 streets to drive. It was 2 parallel roads. I don't know if it's on there. 2 parallel roads. We just cut one out. We bypassed it 2 streets, cut them back over. It's one way. And they said, oh, it's unsafe. I think there's probably less accidents now because we got blinking lights and everything else telling people that it's a 2-way for 2 blocks and switched over. Now the traffic is back to where it was. I'll just say this, and I'm going to say it out loud, that the neighborhood that South Avenue runs through, I have customers back there, so that, and I said this to our other commissioner that they will tell me, but that is now a neighborhood. It's now that the neighbors don't have 50 to 60 mile an hour vehicles driving through the center of their community. Now they can actually talk to their neighbor across the street because the trucks, it's not going through. And I said, listen, we're going to fix that culvert no matter what. But you may come to me, and they will come to me and say, we'd rather have it the way it is because now it's actually a neighborhood again. You actually can communicate with your neighbor. You can actually have your kids walk across the street without fearing being run over. So I thought that was a great decision, and I'll just tell you, our county employees pulled it over with the help of certain businesses, pulled in their favors. Within a month, that bypass is up and running. And in government, that's outstanding. And what they did it because they knew what to do, and they did it. Another thing that I've said to people, and I've encouraged them that pull that. I never reinvent the wheel. I said, pull that thing out of your bottom drawer you've been planning. And I say, and when they're talking about ideas, think big. Don't think small. Think what it could be and where it could be. And give me that idea. If we did it the best way, the top way, I mean, we know the constraints financially. We know that sometimes we don't have enough people to do it. Show us the way it could be and how we can make it happen, and then we'll work backwards. I mean, so let's not start here and work our way up. Let's start here, and then, all right, we've got to scale it down a little bit. And that's work. And I'll give you an example. Our planning department, they've been working on it for a while. Our 4-H program has kind of been falling down a little bit, and they need more space. They have a great, thanks to Matt and Omari and the rest of the staff, they have a great way of looking at things, a way they work and they push the county what needs to be done. When we moved them over to the 4-H building, they placed it spread out, put their staff to work, and hopefully rub off on the staff that's there that this is the way the job should be done. This is the way that if you're doing it, you're pushing yourself, here's how we do it. And it's only been, how many months? A month? 2 months? 3 or 4. 3 or 4 months. And I'll just say that I was the liaison to the 4-H program and went in the building way back 3 years ago. And now I enter the building and you can feel the energy in the room. You can feel like, what are we doing? What do we got to do next? I mean, you can see, and I'm going to lead into why this is important in a second, but you can see that they understand that this is the way it's supposed to work. You're constantly thinking ahead. You're constantly figuring out what needs to be done next in this county to push it forward. No better than the planning department, which is the start of mostly everything we do, that and engineering is the most important department. So think big, not small. With this, and I'll just say this, one other thing is that people always say this, but it's partial to me. For 40 years, I've been screaming up and down, especially during COVID, that we were kind of closed and that we should be very transparent and upfront. And we take it as instructions to the staff that if you're in doubt, make it public, make it be as transparent as possible, put it out there. Whatever the chips are, you gain trust by doing that. We live stream, and thanks to people, the person behind you. We live stream at every meeting, which people tune in. It's a good broadcast, but Milan gets it. There are other township people are getting it. At any time, 4 o'clock in the morning, 12 midnight, you're not doing anything. You can watch this meeting for about a minute and a half, but it's there to see what we're doing. And we've also started to move our regular meetings around the county. We've already had our first meeting in February was in Morris River Township. We went to Upper Deerfield, which is just this past month in May. We're going to Downtownship in June, tentatively Fairfield in September, and we're going to go to Millville in October. So we're moving our meetings around the county so people see what we do, give people access to what we're up to, ask questions. I think it works. We see different faces that probably wouldn't come to meetings, but they, it's down right around the corner. I'll come on out. I'll come out and listen to them. I'll come out and quiz them. I'll come out and beat them up. And all right, come on out. So we have. I'll say this to our board. Our board. We talk. We express opinions. We change ideas. We disagree. But most of the time, common sense, we pull together and we vote. Maybe there's some change, maybe there isn't. The bottom line is, for the first time, I feel, and Carol may feel different, you're the senior members, so sorry about that. But I feel that we have a consensus that we kind of, we want to see what, and I always felt this, they want to do what's best for our people, our citizens, and Cumberland County, make it better. And I think, and last night being a kind of an example of that we in the closed session, we discussed, we debated, and I think in the end we kind of came to some consensus of what we want to do. And now I'll share the biggest issues. And well, I'll skip that for a second, I'll come back. But I initiated, when we started, I call it the Economic Tag-Along Program, because we weren't ready to lead on events, but but if there was somebody that had a good idea, we'd tag along. The city of Millville was the first people that came forward to us and said, listen, this facility, or actually that facility, I hope I'm pointing in the right direction, Millville, the airport, is something that is a diamond in the rough, and I absolutely agree, it's a diamond in the rough. They have talked to the Delaware Bay Authority, they've reached out, they said, we want to do this, Doug, and here's what they want to do. They want to finish Nav Avenue extension, which was planned in 2012. That's how long. They want to finish it, and they want to finish because it will make the western side of this county, on the west side of the Morris River, come to life with economic activity along with the airport. They have a mission on their own that they're pushing, and I said, well, can we be a part of that? Can we be, and they were like, yeah, I would love to have you. I said, well, good, then I would like to be part of it. He's got our planning department, our energy department, got the Triad involved, got Fairfield involved, Lawrence Township's involved, even commercial below, but that affects every one of them, and they're all have a seat at the table to decide what we're going to do. And Nav Extension, including the senator, the assembly people, all are aboard to get this thing done. In the tradition of government, it's 5 years. That's how long it takes. I'm like, oh my God, 5 years. So, and of course we met, and we said, Barry, your business administrator, I go, Ray, we got to cut this down. It can't be 5 years. It just can't be. Well, we think we found a way to kind of cut off 2 years. We've got a lot of hurdles to overcome, but it's great when you pick up the phone and you can talk back and forth and say, well, let's figure it out. Matt, Triad, our business administrator, how loose, we kind of say, all right, how do we do this? Between all of us, who do we know that can do to cut it down? And we have, and we are, and we're pushing it. Even our congressman is involved with this. That's how much of the teamwork it is, because everybody's talking how we get this done. That includes all with the money to actually put the shovel in the ground and finish it up. I don't know if there's a picture of it, but the light on this end, how tough that is to a roundabout over here on Buckshooter, to working with one owner who right now in the city of Millville is being the lead with the one owner to contact them. They're actually going to be here, I think, actually this week for the Eastern Shore of Maryland to talk with us that what we can do. And how much it could benefit them, because they can call this shot. This road could be anywhere to how they want to design it through their lot. They're farmers, it's a nursery, and they sell all over the country, with Home Depot. Their corporate headquarters in California, but they understand the economic development in this county, which is great. I'm sorry, I won't go on. Do I have a figure up yet? Or, all right, shared. We have been approached with shared service agreements. The county has a 40-year backlog of cleaning out where mosquitoes are. I was like, 40 years? How do we get 40 years behind? And I'm like, we have no people. We have no. I said, where can we get people? Well, the townships come, they'll help. The township said that they would bring their people. You can't do that, Doug. They got to be trained. Well, can we train them? I said, yeah, we can train them. Then I said, well, then they said, well, Doug, they have to have special equipment. How do we get special equipment? We have it already. We have two sets of special equipment. I go, okay, so what's the problem? Every time we're in a different area, like Down Township, or Morris River Township, or Commercial, or Millville, or Vineland, we will actually train their people to go into the areas per VEP's instruction with our people and train them. All of a sudden, now we have a crew. We got 2 crews, or we got 3 crews, or 4 crews to working on a problem. So maybe we're only 30 years behind instead of 40 years behind. That came from the townships asking to be part of that. Please show us how we can do it. Help us. The other shared service agreement came and said we got a call from the CDC on the far the western side of the county. They said, and I go there and I'm like, okay, I don't know why I'm here, but it's good. I'm glad I'm here. And they said, well, Doug, we want to ask you. We have the state of New Jersey, in their wisdom, is normal, has decided that they want to, everybody's on the same stormwater management plan. Everybody, automatically, done. No money, no nothing, but they have to comply. Well, some of these townships have one person for their whole township to document, to monitor, and so they go, Doug, do you think the county could give us a hand? And I go, so I'm like, I have no idea if we could do it. Well, so I called our public works, and they said, no, we do that anyway. We cross the same streets. We monitor the same thing. We wrote a program to document where we're at. So we'll do it. I said, so I'm like, so what? We went back and told them, and they're like, get out of here. We're like, yes, the county will help you. We'll show you how to fill out the paperwork. We'll document by satellite where we're cleaning. So all of a sudden, so we just need, we need the townships to sign up for it, but we probably saved them thousands of dollars in consulting fees or people they have to pay. We'll document what's going on, fill out what the state has asked for, get them to, so they have no extra burden. The shared part of this is that they will pay for our person's time when they're doing their work in that township. I think that's fair, and we'll run our equipment, put it on our computers, show them how to fill in the paperwork. It's a win-win for everybody. The commissioner board, we're like, we should be doing, was on board to do this, and there's our shared service and other help to the townships. You guys ask questions, I'm going to go off. So we've got Roma, South Jersey, and we're over here that we have been a partner. They've done some great programs out as far as how to get involved with us, and us working with them with the you can say reentry program, wellness programs. We've also taken a trip up to Rowan University and talked to Dr. Hushman to tell them what we're doing here and issues like, because I would need engineers part of our county. I want transportation part of our county. We need transportation bad. I'll tell you an example in a second. We've approached them, and Dr. Hushman said, we want to be involved in Cumberland County. Because Cumberland County seems that he was so impressed with what we did, and I thank our team for going up there. We told him what we needed, and we said, we're open for business. We're trying to do things that we haven't done in years, and we need help as far as expertise that they can provide students. And the first thing, and they know that I've been harping on this for 4 years, I want interns. I want interns working in our county that all disciplines. And I know Matt's here. I told Matt I want 5 interns from Rowan University and high school kids in our programs, learning what to do, because I want them to learn, skill, understand, and then hopefully maybe when they go to school, or that to make sure that they have an opportunity in Cumberland County to come back with their knowledge and skill. I hope you plan on hanging out, all right? We'll get an industry here to help you so we keep you here, but the idea is to raise our standards here, and I think, and I'll say this, and I've said this example many times, we'll never be the New York Yankees in Cumberland County, but the best farm club of baseball was the Minnesota Twins. And Minnesota, they produced, they constantly brought people, they actually worked them, and they're usually most of everybody approach them. That's what I'd like to be. Bring our people in, maybe, and hopefully they'll develop and say, listen, I can make a living in Cumberland County. I can do something better here. Maybe I started with government, but I've worked in the private industry. Give them an opportunity to show their skills, to bring their skills out. That's what I would like to do, and we're doing it. Actually, the engineering department has two members of Rowan are in our engineering department, and they're bringing more interns in. Planning I mentioned too. Our social service department, our emergency management has been using interns. They're the ones I've twisted arms so far. We're working on more. So. Now, some of the major issues we face, the county jail, as I hope people know this, I hope we forget this one day, but the county jail has nearly cost us $28 million this year, and I think that's only for the 6 or 7 or 8 months for us sending our inmates up elsewhere. It was never dealt with. Our jail was led to be deteriorating. We're getting sued everywhere. We were federal court. You name the problem, we have it. But that was history. That's past. Within a short 6 months, we put a director in there that has actually got a clue on how to run stuff. He's had people buy in, especially our unions buy in, that he has an idea how to do this. They work with us. They've been very open. The one thing they always ask of us is just tell us what's going on. Well, that's right up our alley. We tell them. I pick up the phone. I know them, and I call them. Hey, here's what we're doing. What do you think? Because they just want to know. And it's helped us kind of level the ship, kind of steady it. We're now painting it. We're fixing the plumbing. We fixed the elevators. The door of the jail didn't even lock, and now it's locked. It's not the answer. It's temporary. We had 4 solutions on the table. We're literally down to 2. We're actually really pondering 1. I can't let you know yet, but all our unions know what we're pondering. We hope within a short month, 2 months, we will actually be able to announce what we're doing. We're waiting for a consultant to give us the numbers. I'm a numbers person. Give us the numbers. Also, an appraisal will be done, and then we'll make a decision. And then hopefully for future that limits the lawsuits. It actually gives them our inmates who made a mistake to understand to give them a place where it's safe. It's that they can maybe improve their skills, keep them healthy, better than what we've done in the past. So while they serve out whatever they do. Remember, we're only a year thing. They go on if they're really bad. If not, we get them out and hopefully educate them enough so they can stay on their feet and never happen again. There's the middle mile. I don't know if anyone has heard about the middle mile. The middle mile is our broadband through the county. And it's not just Cumberland County, it's Cumberland and Salem together. It's a $32 million project, $24 of $1 million for the federal government to bring fiber optic network to the cable, to the county. Let me just tell you, the plan is strong, it's flawed. So we've been doing our due diligence to figure out what the mistake is. And believe me, I've learned a lot in the last 2 months talking to so many different people on what it is. If we do it right, we can probably pull this county 20 to 30 years ahead of where we're at now because we'll be able to compete against any county. The best thing we have going for us in this county is exactly what we see out here, the trees, the woods, this racetrack in the middle of nowhere, across the street where you have more woods. Our rural character always was our detriment. Sorry, it's our detriment. Now it's not. It's actually a plus for us. This is why people want to be here. I don't know if there's a statistic or not. During the marketing, I don't know if we got that on screen yet, but I'll tell you in a second. All right, but we've recovered quicker than 17 other counties. 17 other counties. Our tourism markets recovered quicker than 17 other counties in the state because people want to be here. They want to come here. So now we just have to give them the best communication possible so they can actually operate maybe a business here. Communicate that goes from the health all the way to whatever, to our own businesses in this room, to be able to do things quicker and faster. All right. So that's the middle mile, and you'll hear more about that. All right, real quick. Water sewer is big on my mind. It's actually one of the #1 things also. Water sewer running right actually by this facility going down to Commercial Township. If we run water and sewer through this county, we will be much farther ahead than anywhere. So not only broadband, not even having fiber optics, but water and sewer. The DEP is the toughest agency in the state to deal with, but we're going to work through the problem, do it, and that includes to Laurel Lake and all the areas that traditionally have problems with sewer and water. But if we're going to grow or attract businesses, you got to have good sewer, and you got to have water, and that's what we're working on. And that includes the counties I mentioned, the townships I already mentioned. We're also the only county without a county park system, and we're rectifying that now. And we've studied our middle park, which is our fairgrounds. People have been out to the fairs. The middle park has come a long way, but it's got a lot more to go. But we see there's 3 sections to that, and it sits in the city of Millville and Deerfield. You see there's 3 sections. This is the park as is. I hope I got that right. Park as is, and this one right here, and you see what we're trying to do with the ring, and it's not going to be just the fairgrounds anymore. It's going to be a place of rental, movies, concerts. But we also have a dog park planned, horse trails, walking trails, just a place that people could go and just hang out, just pick up. I'm not really into organized sports in these parks, but people could go there and have pickup games and do whatever, walk. I'd really like it to tie it into Union Lake for the far side across, so it expands from there. Counties that have, I'll say this statistic, we've always been the 21st in health in the entire state. We've never been above 21. There's only 21 counties. We're 20th now. So the goal, Atlantic County's the highest at 16. I want to be Atlantic County. That doesn't stop there. We want to be greater. This all goes into it. Businesses that come to the county look at what we got to offer people to exercise and to stay healthy. They look at a park system. That's why it's so important. They want to invest here. This is what they look and check off their list. We're going to have a system, and that includes not just there. The Cohansey Greenway, which runs from Fairton all the way up to through Fairfield, all the way up to Mariona Lake, which is right by the zoo, right through Bridgeton, Center City, Bridgeton, routing people all the way through Mariona Lake, all the way back, when it does a hook through Hopewell, back Barrett to run down to the Amish market. It's a hell of a trail. So I would love to put together access to the river. Just use the resources we have here to its potential. And the other park is the East Point Lighthouse that you've heard a lot that they get beat up. Well, our commission has proposed that we are exploring the possibility of being a county park also, with camping, with the lighthouse. A tourist destination in this county that's really a gem that people don't really I encourage you to go down there. If you don't, I bet you most people do go down there. So I hope you feel, and I'm trying to express to you that I see the future's bright. I think our board sees that we have a lot of things that we can pull this off And it's only going to make us better. But it only happens if you guys are involved, that you guys feel this is important, that you feel that we can, that Cumberland County is on the right track. There are a lot of categories we're not good in, but I'm tired of it. So we'll do what we can. And I'll give you one statistic I do love. In trades, we're number one in the state in trades. So we have more skilled people here than anywhere else. So I picked that up because I was reading, I read the backside of all the negative, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. So people scream on trades, we need more, and we will, but that's something to be kind of proud about, and so I throw that out to you. So I appreciate you listening to me. Think big, not small, that goes to everybody here, and thanks for listening to me, so appreciate it.
Thank you so much for all the information you gave us about the county, and I give you kudos for you and your team and all the exciting things that are to come. So at this time, I think we're doing 2 drawings for monthly lunches. Keep them all up. We're going to switch that to our winery event for a free ticket because we are off for the summer for July and August for our lunches, so we'll resume again in September for those. So these will be for our winery event, June 29th. And this is for Reverend Murky.
How about that? You can't use it for communion.
And then we have Lorraine Spencer from Millville Savings Bank.
Ricky,
congratulations.
You always win.
So in conclusion to our luncheon today, I do want to say thank you for everybody that came out. And obviously it sounds like there's a great race outside, so if you have time, you can stick around. I encourage you to go see that. And then I also want to encourage you to get involved in Millville. And especially with the chamber, we have lots of committees that you can be part of. We're always looking for new ideas and new opinions. So if you're interested in any of our committees, please call the chamber office, or you can feel free to give me a call. So in conclusion, have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you again in September.
All right, I gotta get out of here.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.